Hi everyone, pleased to meet you welcome to our new webinar, 101CAFFE. We will discuss about maybe the most important topic. Well, in any case, the most important topic for everyone, which is selling to the final customer, so which is in front of the final customer to make a trading activity. So the location and how to find the right location for your 101CAFFE. It will be a sort of short training for entrepreneurs. So maybe you already know, and also better than me, how to find a good location, because maybe you have a strong background as entrepreneur, but it will be again a sort of training. And I believe that it always makes sense to hear one time more some general information. So, it's me. I am Marco Zannini. I am the business developer, 101CAFFE, for any opening which is around the world, excluding Italy. I am focused for any other country. And here I introduce you what is the webinar schedule. So what are the topics we will discuss about today? The role of the franchisor, 101CAFFE, in choosing the right location. What are the key points to select the right location? What are the most frequent mistakes that you face when you look for a location? What are the most important elements to consider for choosing a location? And what is my ideal business model? The role of the franchisor in choosing the right location. The role of the franchisor is sometimes underestimated, because people think, okay, this is my activity, so I select my location, I look for my location, I open when I like it. Okay, but thinking about something in concrete, thinking about something entrepreneurial, it doesn't make sense, because you need to open an activity because this is profitable, and not because you like the location. So before making a choice, at first stage, it's necessary that you define the territorial exclusivity, so where you would like to open. Okay, so I open in my city, I open in another one, I open in a shopping mall, I open in a portion of the city, and I identify the break-even point based on the estimated turnover. So today I want to open something, and I identify what I want to do. So this is the reply to the question, do I start looking for the location by myself? Of course you do it. If you are an independent entrepreneur, this is your choice, this is your part. But if you would like to work in connection with a franchise, it doesn't make sense that you tell yourself, oh well, I am with a franchisor, so I can get a know-how, but I don't consider the know-how of the franchisor, and I move by myself. It doesn't make sense. So the potential of the franchising model is the connection. Is the connection between the franchisee and the franchisor. This connection starts when you look for the location. So you are the franchisee, you know the territory much better than me. So you know where you can find a good location. You know where you can find your customer. Because when you want to open something, you also think about who is my customer. Okay, you identify your customer a lot of time as yourself. So I like to go there to buy my food. I like to go there to buy my clothes. I like to go there to make shopping. So I want to open here because I think that my customers will come here because this is a comfortable place, a comfortable area. I know the territory. but the franchisor knows much better the business. So if I open here, maybe this is good for my customer satisfaction, but this is not good for my business, okay? Because of the sort of customer, the kind of customer, because of a lot of things that we will analyze during this webinar. And the other one topic is that the franchisor can have good connections. So the franchisor could be connected with some shopping mall, with some structures, with some network also of owners of landlord well, with someone which can introduce the franchise to one location. So again, what is the role of the franchisor? The franchisor guarantees the franchisee specialized and personalized advice. So I can give you my advice about the potential location you find, okay? Of course, my advice is brainstorming with you. So I give you the reasons for my refuse, for my validation, for my opinion, and you can get experience from my opinion, and I can get experience from your reasons, for the reasons you identified such a location. The franchisor can evaluate the potential of the location in relation to the defined business model. So maybe this location is good for one retail store, but not for a coffee shop. Or maybe exactly the opposite. This could be good for one coffee shop, but not for one retail store. The franchisor knows better if the cost of the rent is fair, connected with the business, can define the real cost based on the project better, and can give more security to the landlord. So if you are not strong, if you don't have strong connection in your territory with the landlord, you are weak when you contact the landlord as independent potential entrepreneur. You are stronger if you contact the landlord with the connection, in connection with the franchisor. So with a presentation, with a company profile of the franchise, with any information which are provided from the franchise. So here there is one topic which is very, very frequent in my experience. So I receive a lot of inquiries from potential franchisees, which tell me, I already have one location, this is a value. This is also a value for the opening. Well, it could be and it could be not. Because your location is good if this is coherent with your financial structure, if this is coherent with your business model. But you know that you need one location. It's necessary to have a location in order to open up a coffee shop, in order to open up a retail store. But the franchisor doesn't give any imposition about the rental situation. So if you are the owner of the location, if you have a rental agreement with the owner, or if you have another one different situation, the location is a commercial value, but this is not part of your financial structure. So you cannot come to me telling me, oh, well, the investment is the investment for the franchise is I don't know, 100,000 euro, but the value of my location is 50,000. But this is your value. This is not part of the financial structure to get the opening. Okay, this is a value you have for anything you do. If you open one independent unit, if you open something in franchise, if you rent the location to another one, this is your personal value. So are you a franchisee or an owner of a commercial activity coffee shop? You can restyle your activity, okay? But you can also make a shop-in-shop. So we come back to the question. I have one location. I have my own store. Can I open 101 Caffè? Yes. You can open it as something new, so the location is empty, or you would like to completely restyle the location. So you are a new franchisee. So you start from zero and you open your 101 Caffè. But if you already have one retail store, if you already have one restaurant, if you already have your activity, and your location maybe is big size, medium size, and you would like to introduce a second activity, you can make a shop-in-shop. So you can transform your location, which is on the left side, to something which is mixed with the 101 Caffè in the middle, or which is completely 101 Caffè as in the right side. Okay, so you can think about a shop-in-shop or a reconversion. And this is very interesting. This is very important at this stage because one shop-in-shop can introduce new customers in your existing location. So if your location is good, is in a good position, you have a good model, but you need to improve your model, it makes sense to think about a shop-in-shop. Of course, if your location is very, very bad, it doesn't make sense also for you to introduce a new business. Because if the location is very, very bad, it doesn't work before and it doesn't work later. It doesn't change. One new business inside doesn't change the value of the location. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And well, what are the key points to select the right location? You need to start from yourself. You need to think that the franchisor is a value added. The franchisor is the franchising is know-how, but in order to get a good know-how, you need to know what you want to do. So if you want to open up a coffee shop, you are in the right place. If you want to open up a retail store selling coffee, you are in the right place. But you need to be sure about what you want to do. Okay, so what is the sector of your interest? What is your risk profile? So if you would like really to become an entrepreneur, okay, why do you choose an Italian brand? This is not a secondary question. When you engage 101 Caffè, you engage one brand which has more or less, which has the most important value in our brand identity is that we are Italian. Okay, so you cannot substitute our identity. So if you think to sell, I don't know, I am in UK, so I want to sell something which is English. I live in Egypt, so I want to sell something which is really Egyptian. Well, you need to think that your customer is coming to 101 Caffè because they are looking for something Italian at first stage, okay? So am I a franchisee investor or I am looking for self-employment? This is very important in your project. So if I have other activities, if I have my company, if I have a structure, if I have employees, okay, maybe my 101 Caffè will be something more in my structure. So I will be an investor, I open as investor, and I place employees inside it. If I want to make my job, so I am employee, I am well, a professional. I want to change my life. I want to open my activity and I want to open inside it. I am always a potential franchisee. I am good, but for another one model. Okay, so I am another kind of profile. I am another one profile of franchising. Furthermore, this is my life. Okay, if I am self-employment, this is my life. So I need to understand what is the job that I want to make every day. Because I invest my money, I open up my activity, I stay inside every day, more or less every working day. So I need to to be coherent with my project about what is the result that I expect, what are the working hours I am available to do, in order to be good with my family, to be good with my business, to be good with my staff, to be good with myself. And of course, the last question is a non-question. If you want to open with the franchising, you need training, okay? It means that you made a self-analysis with yourself, and you told yourself, I don't open one independent activity because I don't trust so much in my skills. I want to open with a franchise because I need to get know-how. So I need to get training. So here you will see something in our shop and something in our coffee shop. Talking about the shop, you see EtiCap, which is very, very highlighted. EtiCap is the exclusivity technology that we created for our network. So you can find EtiCap only in 101CAFFE. This is the biggest single portion in the world, excluding US, but we talk about 9 grams of Italian coffee. This is an excellent quality and excellent product. This is available in compostable capsules, so this is also eco-friendly, which is a trend very, very important also for customers. And you have really the right quantity for taste. We have a really big value added in taste, a really big value added in communication, talking about compostable, and a very big value added in your business. Because when you engage your customer and your customer decide to take a coffee maker, your customer will come back to you, because he cannot find any compatible capsule on the market with our coffee makers. So we sell quality and we give fidelity, okay? Fidelity to the customer and fidelity to the franchisee. What about the coffee shop? Well, we can have the same discussion. In our coffee shop, of course, there are some products which could be common, okay? Could be. But because as a general topic, coffee is something common, but Italian coffee is not so much common. And high quality coffee is not so much common. Furthermore, of course, we have our brand identity through exclusive recipes, sorry. So we have our special coffee, we have our special ice cream. We have our special operation to prepare also croissant, to prepare also breakfast. Where do I want to open my 101CAFFE? Here we are talking about the key points to select one good location. I will select a good location based on the area again. So what is my destination area? What is my target? Of course, when I identify what is my target, when I identify who is the customer I am talking with, I will identify what is the sort of location, okay? So if I select a primary location, I will have a primary rent. So of course the rent is higher if the location has a better potential. This is sometimes very, very good. This is sometimes tricky. But what is really important is that the franchisee has the idea about what he wants, what is the budget available, and what are the steps to get the result. So I don't open in a primary location if I don't have the budget, if I don't have the structure, if I am not this sort of entrepreneur. I will open in a primary location, most of all, if I am an investor, okay? Because I can invest money, I am an investor, so my priority is not to limit my investment. My priority is to optimize my return on investment. So I don't select what is cheaper. I select what is more profitable. So I don't choose based on the rent. Coming back to the final point. So I need to define what is my own available capital. Okay, I need to understand how much could I get in financing. So what is the proportion? More or less in our business, a usual proportion is 20% of equity and 80% of credit. But of course, if my proportion is 30-70, this is better. If my proportion is 40-60, this is much better. And the bank is open, much more open to give me a credit. And what is the expected profit, of course. Now we decided, we defined more or less what are the key points to select one good location. We will talk about what are the most frequent mistakes when you look for a location. There are some mistakes which are very, very common. I can tell you what is the most common, okay, because this is the one that I face with every day. I have a conversation with a potential franchisee, and he closed the call telling me, well, now I start in looking for a location. But well, what is the location you are looking for? Because we had a call, we discussed about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Well, you told me that you don't know if you want to open one store or one coffee shop, if you want to open in downtown or in a shopping mall. You don't have a total idea, a total idea if you are self-employment or investor, okay? So what you are looking for? How you can figure that you will find a good location, okay? Well, you need to be coherent. You need to talk about a good location after you have an idea about what you want to do. And if you are not, if you don't have a strong background in retail to open a store, or in Horeca to open up a coffee shop, it makes sense that you start from a preliminary agreement, that you can start from a discussion with the franchisor. So you select your location accordingly with the franchisor, with a mutual research, with a mutual discussion. So what kind of premises to look for? What is my financial availability? What is my business model? So if I don't know what is my equity, because I also face with this one. Okay, sir, okay, madam, what is your equity? What is the capital you think to invest to get an opening? Well, I don't know. I need to talk with my bank. But your bank is not your equity. The discussion with your bank will be later. After you define what is your equity, you will discuss with your bank about the credit, not before, but later. What is my understanding? What is my background? Talking about retail, talking about coffee shop. How are you, am I able to identify if one location is good or not? Am I able also to evaluate cost, evaluate a rental agreement, evaluate what are the risks, evaluate what are good opportunities? Am I skilled to make good questions to the owner of the location? Because sometimes the owners don't provide all the necessary information to evaluate if one location is good or not for a question to get something hidden, but well, for a mental question. I don't talk about this topic because For me, this is part of my job, so I think that this is common. People will think about it, but sometimes people don't think that maybe, well, I ask for one location, I ask for the cost of the rent. Sometimes people don't figure that they have to pay 6 months in advance for such location, okay? And they don't ask about it. And maybe the commercial developer, the commercial developer for the landlord don't think to communicate that there are 6 months of advanced rent. So when you think about a location, when you look for a location, don't think only about the rent. Don't think only about looking for something which is close to my house, and don't think about also how much is the rent per square meter. Well, of course, these are important information, but these are only part of the general overview. So what else? Of course, this is a consequence. You need to think, and also to ask to the landlord, to the owner, if there is a deposit for the rent. So how many months of deposit? If I am able to support the choice to get a location in downtown, to get a location in shopping mall, because sometimes in shopping malls rent are higher, frequently rent are higher, but sometimes in downtown you have to pay key money. Do you have a grace period? So do you have a time where the landlord give you the location for free? So I get the rental agreement, I start with the renovation of the location, so are renovation necessary? I start eventually with the renovation of the location, and I don't pay the rent since I don't open. This is only an example, not common, but possible. Can a bad area still have potential? Well, do you have all of the information to make this evaluation, to get the reply by yourself? People usually ask about it. And will the cost of the renovation work be recognized as a discount in the rent? This is your power of negotiation. So when you talk with the owner will give you some information. So the rent is 3,000 per month. The size is 50 square meters, and that's it. Well, but you can ask. You have to ask. So, for example, if you are in downtown, if you are in shopping mall, you will ask for a number of visitors. If you are in downtown and the location is not empty, so of course the licensing which is inside the location is going to close, but you can ask about what is the turnover. You can ask also to the owner of the location, what was the turnover of the previous entrepreneur, okay? And of course, if you have some renovation to make, you have to estimate what it could be the cost of renovation, and you have to negotiate with the owner about the rent. So on the other hand, we discussed about the mistakes. What are the most important elements to consider for looking at location? We discussed about key points. So here we will talk about something which is connected with the key points. And again, who is the product or service that I sell? And what are the habits and the lifestyles for my target customer? You also need to consider This is another one point which I discuss a lot of times with the potential franchisees. Sometimes people tell me, I want to open here because we talk about downtown. There are a lot of people walking around the location. There are a lot of tourists. Okay. The first topic, there are a lot of people walking around here, is good because it gives the overview that I can have a lot of potential customers. But I need to understand if people walking here are customers or not. Okay, because maybe there are a lot of people walking to go to another one place. The second topic, the second subject, there are a lot of tourists. Is it good or not? Well, as a general idea, this could be very good for one coffee shop, okay? Because for one coffee shop, the most important topic is that I have a lot of potential customers. The one which comes here to take the breakfast could be the one which comes again tomorrow, okay? But it could be also the one which comes one time only because later they go. And they go because they are tourists. But my customer, which comes to me to buy the coffee maker, is a regular customer, is resident. If I have one customer which comes here, buy one coffee machine, and later they come back to their country, they come back to their city, but they come back far from my unit, it's possible that I lose my customer. So I make one sale. Maybe this is one good sale, but the customer doesn't come back anymore. Okay, so one retail store is usually connected with working people, with flows of customers, but with residents. So you have to make analysis of the local population. And also you can be sure that if you open up one location close to the university, your target will be at first stage young people. So when we think about the first supply, when we think about the range, when we think about the engagement, we will need to prepare something for young people, okay? Furthermore, on the other hand, if you open up close, I don't know, close to the downtown, okay? Maybe in a small city, maybe in a medium city, but not in a so big city, you will probably face with older people, aged people, because you will face with working people which doesn't like or cannot take one car to go to the shopping mall to make big shopping. Okay, of course, it depends country by country, city by city. These are only general information to analyze your target. What else about your analysis? We discussed about your customers. Now we will discuss about the competition. The competition, so the next slide, please. Very good, thank you. So the competition is always positive. Maybe you will get a surprise from this sentence. A lot of potential franchisees, also a lot of franchisees are worried from the competition, but the competition is always positive because at first stage you will not have a competition from another one franchisee, okay? So you know that the franchising regulation works with exclusivity areas. So when you open up your unit, you don't have one competitor which will sell 101 Caffè in the same place. You will have another one competitor maybe which will sell coffee in the same place. But again, this is always positive because the customer will compare you and another one, okay? But also the customer will buy from you or from the other one. In any case, you will have more people in the same area which have knowledge about capsules, which have knowledge about special coffee, which have knowledge about flavored coffee, which have knowledge about coffee maker, which are more used to think, okay, there is a promotion, there is a pricing, there is an offer, there is a new model of coffee machine. So I buy because I know what are prices. I am engaged from the promotion. I am engaged from the design. I am engaged from the communication. But I know what is my interest as a final customer, okay? So when we talk about retail store, we have a lot of products which are exclusive. We discussed about the 80-cup. 80-cup is the most important exclusivity that we have, but we have a lot of recipes in our products which you cannot find in no one place. Not the same, of course, but also not something which is similar. Talking about coffee shop, we're talking exactly about the same topic. Our coffee shop is a sort of Italian Starbucks. We created our concept as a reply to the inquiries of people coming to me and asking for me to have something which is not Starbucks, which is not Costa, which is not Caribou, which is not Columbus, which is not always an international brand selling coffee and not Italian. People told me, I want an international brand, I want a strong model of coffee shop, but Italian. And again, talking about it, we represent one exclusive identity, which is also described by our recipes, by our ingredients, by our know-how also. So the study of the territory is, of course, is one of the most important elements to open up one location, to have a profitable location. Study of the territory, of course, is connected with the customers we discussed before. It's also connected with the competition. So I need to know that if I open up one location, well, I am in a medium city. There are, I don't know, 3 coffee shops, 5 coffee shops, 10 coffee shops. I want to open mine. And I decided I want to open in one portion of the city where there is no one coffee shop. Of course, I am a sort of exclusive coffee shop in the area, but it means that maybe there are no customers. I open, there are no competitors because there are no customers, okay? So again, when you think about your opening, you have to study the territory in 360 degrees, okay, for everything. So I want to open up one retail store because there are good connection with public transport, there are passage of working people. I want to open up one coffee shop because the location is in an area full of schools, offices, tourists, artistic attraction, and places where people meet other people. Okay, so any sort of location is connected with any sort of business, any sort of customer, any sort of territory. And finally, because this is the last point, what is my ideal business model? All of the discussion, all of the 4 points we discussed before drive you here. So if you got, well, if you understood what is the partnership, what is the role of the franchisor in franchising. We understood what are the key elements to select one location, what are the most frequent mistakes, what are the most important elements. Now, your focus is on yourself. Okay, what is my ideal business model? Well, it depends by my mentality, my target, my equity. I can be a very, very good potential investor to open up a coffee shop, but I cannot make it if my equity is 10,000 euros. I cannot, because one coffee shop could be complicated, could be bigger than me, of course. My proportion in my equity and credit is too much weak. So no one bank will finance me if I have 10% of or maybe 5% of the global investment, and I ask for 90 or 95% to the bank. No one will give me a credit. And well, I also need to figure that if I open up a coffee shop, I need to have my staff. So I need to hire people. I need to have more investment in renovation of the location because of the toilet, because of the electricity plan, because of the hydraulic plan, because I need to create a comfortable place where people can sit down, can eat, can drink, can get something. I need to provide a full experience for people staying inside it. Okay. If I want to open a retail store, or if I am self-employment, I need to have a smaller equity. So 45,000 euro to open up a coffee shop, 15,000 euro to open up one store. Because my proportion here is good. Okay, I can require to the bank for a credit, and my project is coherent. I want to open up my retail store for myself only. I will not hire people. I will stay inside. It will be my job. I will work from Monday to Saturday, okay? 7 hours per day, 8 hours per day, 10 hours per day. This is my activity. So, what else? If you want to open up your 101CAFFE store, you can contact me. You can book your call. So we will go in analysis about any topic we discussed here. The only one, well, again, our Italian flag, which is really strong part of our identity. So finally, I come back to the beginning of this webinar. My advice is this one: you have to define who you are and what you would like to do. And furthermore, when you define who you are and what you would like to do, you will decide by yourself if you are looking for a franchise or not. If you are looking for a franchise, the next stage is the discussion about the preliminary agreement, because you decided to get a support from the franchise. And the support from the franchise start with the selection of the location. So I suggest you to avoid starting and looking for something. Most of all, if you don't have a strong background in retail, if you don't have a strong background in HoReCa for coffee shop. So thank you so much for your attention. I am available if you have any question right now to submit to me. But you know, I am available at any time to continue with our discussion with meeting one-to-one, by video call, by WhatsApp, by telephone, or also face-to-face in our headquarters, or in our most of all in our headquarters. But also we can discuss about one meeting in store in our location. So thank you so much. I wait for your contact. Thank you again. Have a good evening. Have a nice evening, and enjoy 101 Caffè. Thank you so much.